Welcome to the Procrastinaria. My name is Jan and today we're playing Mass Effect. Yes, we're starting a brand new series. We're starting a series of Mass Effect. Mass Effect is a trilogy of games that I love. It's one of those trilogies that I will sit down for a week and just play through all three games. Weep a little bit when at the end, and a few events here and there kind of hurt inside a little bit, and it's a game that I really love and really get invested into the characters. Therefore, I thought I would do a series out of it because I enjoy playing it, and if I enjoy playing it, at least I hope you enjoy watching it. Therefore, we are not going to resume a career because both the careers I have in the game I've come to an end, which is basically just the last mission left. But we're going to start a new career.
Welcome to Alliance Military Database. Classified information requested.
Yes, it is. I should note that I do have a mod installed. It's the HD Textures mod, which means that someone basically took all the textures, all the shaders, everything from the game and updated it, so the game looks really, really good.
Establishing secure connection.
Yes.
Secure connection confirmed.
There we go. We are, as you see, doesn't it look gorgeous? We're going to enter a brand new ID. We are going to go with a custom
Please
male.
log in to access your profile.
We're gonna name him Jan, because my name is Jan. We can't change the last name. And we'll reconstruct him from the beginning. Currently, how this is going to work is we're going to...
Warning, data corruption detected.
That's not good. What we're going to do is, how I have it planned is
Please
that this will be...
reconstruct profile.
Oh, we will. That we are going to... I'm going to release this once a week. And that's it for now. If you guys would want me to see more, or if you want to see more than one episode a week, let me know in the comments below and I'll record a bit more, upload a bit more. We still have a few free days in the week where I can upload, so.
Confirm pre-service history.
Pre-service history. We have three options in the pre-service history. The first one being Spacer. Both of your parents were in the Alliance military. Your childhood was spent on ships and stations as they transferred from posting to posting, never staying in one location for more than a few years. Following in your parents' footsteps, you enlisted at the age of 18. Second one is Colonist. You were born and raised on Mindoir. Mindoir? I guess it's Mindoir. A small border colony in the Atican Traverse. When you were 16, slavers raided Mindoir, slaughtering your family and friends. You were saved by passing Alliance patrol, and you enlisted with the military a few years later. That one's kinda sad. Earthborn. You were an orphan raised on the streets of the great megatropolises covering Earth. You escaped the life of petty crime and underworld gangs by enlisting with the Alliance military when you turned 18. I don't know, I can't really pick. I just hit my mic. It's not good. But yeah, I don't know, I can't pick. I kinda like the idea of a spacer for a change. I did Earthborn in the first playthrough I did, and I think I did Colonist in the second, so
Confirm psychological profile.
Then we go to the psychological profile. We have three options again. Soul Survivor. During your service, a mission you were on went horribly wrong. Trapped in an extreme survival situation, you had to overcome physical torments and psychological stresses that would have broken most people. You survived while all those around you fell, and now you alone are left to tell the tale. War Hero. Early in your military career, you found yourself facing an overwhelming enemy force. You risked your own life to save your fellow soldiers and defeat the enemy despite impossible odds. Your bravery and heroism have earned you medals and recognition from the Alliance fleet. Ruthless. Through your military career, you have held fast to one basic rule: get the job done. You've been called cold, calculating, and brutal. Your reputation for ruthless efficiency makes your fellow soldiers wary of you. But when failure is not an option, the military always goes to you first. I think War Hero. I like the idea of a War Hero. The Soul Survivor one is interesting. But I should note that these choices that you make here and make at the beginning affect a little bit dialogue in the game. There's a lot of dialogue in the game. There's a lot of audio commentary. There's a lot of in-game things that happen already, so my commentary won't be as heavy as in some other games. But I think we're gonna go with War Hero.
Confirm military specialization.
Ah, yes, the specializations. There are several choices that you get. You've got Soldier, which is your basic soldier. They are combat specialists that deal for front lines of a firefight, get improved health, can train in the use of all weapon types, start with the ability to use medium armor, and can specialize in heavy armor. Engineers are tech specialists using the holographic Omni tool, which is the orange thing you see on his left arm. They can decrypt security systems, repair or modify tactical equipment, disrupt enemy weapons or shields, and heal their squad. Engineers can only use light armor and can only receive weapon trainings with pistols. Adept are biotic specialists, which is... We'll talk about biotics in a little bit, but what they basically are, they can affect the mass field, which we will talk about the mass field. And they're it's kind of telepathic and really, really awesome, but they can't really use weapons. Through the Adepts are biotic specialists. They upgrade implants. The upgradable implants, they can use biotic powers to lift or throw objects, shield their squad, and disable or destroy enemies. Adepts can only use light armor and can only receive weapons training through pistols. They can only use pistols. Infiltrator. Infiltrators combine combat and tech abilities to specialize in killing or disabling enemies at long range. Infiltrators are trained to use Omni tools, focusing on decryption and offensive abilities rather than healing. They can use pistols or sniper rifles and medium armor. They're kind of a mix between a soldier and an engineer, though a soldier can also use assault rifles, and I like assault rifles. But these are good for kind of slightly more standing back, letting your company do the work. Sentinel. Sentinels combine biotic and tech abilities. Typically, they use biotic abilities and advanced healing skills to defend allies, though they can also disrupt opponents with biotic or tech attacks. They are more efficient at tech and biotics than other classes, but at the expense of combat. Sentinels can only use light armor and receive no advanced weapon training. The last one being Vanguards. Vanguards are biotic warriors. They combine biotics and weapons to take down opponents, and they specialize deadly at short range. They use pistols and shotguns and can specialize in medium armor. We're gonna go with Sentinel. Actually, I quite enjoyed the Sentinel option. I've played as a Vanguard and an Adept before, but I think Sentinel kind of is a good mix of everything. So we're gonna go with Sentinel. And our bonus round is going to be assault rifles.
Confirm facial identification.
Because it's good. We can use assault rifles then, which we would like to. I should also note that the character you make in the original game and the choices you make in the first game, which is this game that we started the cities out with, affect the second game and then the third game as well. So we're gonna see those effects take place when we play through the entire series. And of course, the possibility of Mass Effect 4 coming out next year is quite high, so we might do that as well. We're going to change our appearance ever so slightly, not much, because I kind of like his face. We have a few presets we can choose. None are really to my liking. Actually, this guy. Facial structure. I'm going to pause the episode here and change him through, but you can basically change everything on his face, from the head, jaw, mouth, everything. So I'm going to pause the episode here, change him up, and I'll be back in a second for you. And we're back! So I did change his face a bit. I ended up giving him a scar on the eye, changed the eyebrows and changed the nose, changed the mouth, and gave him a little bit of a scruff. I like a scruff on a man. Gave him green eyes because I was going through the eye color and I was going to go for something bluish, but then I saw these greens and I was like, okay, they pop. I like them. I also changed his hairstyle and hair color a little bit.
Profile reconstruction complete.
His name is Jan Shepard. He is a spacer. A spacer war hero. He's a sentinel and he has a talent in assault rifles. And I know, and our character is that way complete. We can't change him anymore. We're going to
identification confirmed.
We're going to change these gameplay settings. We're going to change this to normal. I'm going to let the squad auto level up. Target assist I'm going to put on... actually, I'm going to leave it on high because I'm shit at targeting. and I'm gonna let the squad use their own powers in their own way, however they want to. I don't want to direct them too much. We're going to autosave, of course. We're going to autosave. It might. Yeah, actually, we're not going to autosave, because if we autosave, if the recording goes wrong, I have to redo it. But I can't redo it. That's why we're not autosaving. But we're going to enable subtitles, which will enable subtitles in conversations, which should help you guys out in case the audio isn't good enough. I did put down the audios for in-game sounds down a bit. The music almost completely down, so you basically shouldn't hear music in the background. The reason you shouldn't be able to hear music in the background is because you don't want it to get flagged all the freaking time. That is a Mass Effect gate. Aren't they beautiful? I think they're gorgeous looking. The game does take a bit longer to load up. Here we go. First cutscene.
Well, what about Shepard? He's a spacer, lived aboard starships most of his life.
Military service runs in the family. Both his parents were in the Navy.
He proved himself during the Blitz. Held off enemy forces on the ground until reinforcements arrived.
He's the only reason Elysium is still standing.
We can't question his courage.
Humanity needs a hero. And Shepard's the best we've got.
I'll make the call.
Yeah, Shepard's the best we got. In the year 2148, explorers on Mars discovered the remains of an ancient spacefaring civilization. In the decades that followed, these mysterious artifacts revealed startling new technologies enabling travel to the furthest stars. The basis for this incredible technology was a force that controlled the very fabric of space and time. They called it the greatest discovery in human history. The civilizations of the galaxy call it Mass Effect. There's of course some music in this cutscene, but they're stupider. There's our ship.
Arcturus Prime relays in range. Initiating transmission sequence.
Commander?
We are connected. Calculating transit mass and destination. The relay is hot. Acquiring approach vector. All stations secure for transit.
I know the game is a bit stuttery here and there, but it's only the cutscenes. Simply because of the advanced graphics and I had the settings set to full.
The board is green. Approach run has begun. Hitting the relay in 3, 2, 1. Thrusters, check. Navigation, check. Internal emissions sync engaged. All systems online. Drift, just under 1500K.
1500 is good. Your captain will be pleased.
I hate that guy.
Nihilus gave you a compliment. So you hate him.
You remember to zip up your jumpsuit on the way out of the bathroom? That's good. I just jumped us halfway across the galaxy and hit a target the size of a pinhead. So that's incredible. Besides, Spectres are trouble. I don't like having them on board. Call me paranoid.
You're paranoid. The Council helped fund this project. They have a right to send someone to keep an eye on their investment.
Yeah, that is the official story. But only an idiot believes the official story.
There we go. That was the first cutscene for you guys. I'm gonna leave the cutscenes in. I enjoy watching them, and they're part of the story. They usually explain quite a bit. And here we have our first choices. Now this game is a really choice heavy game, and it affects the progress of the game. Almost every choice you make. But this is a simple conversation piece. There are several. We're gonna go around the ship later and do them. But for now, he's asking us if we believe the official story. Well, we're gonna be slightly mean to them and tell them to cut the chatter because this is an official mission.
That's enough. You're soldiers. Act like it.
Sorry, Commander.
Joker, status report.
Just cleared the mass relay, Captain. Stealth systems engaged. Everything looks solid.
Good. Find a comm buoy and link us into the network. I want mission reports relayed back to Alliance Brass before we reach Eden Prime.
Aye, aye, Captain. Better brace yourself, sir. I think Nihilus is headed your way.
He's already here, Lieutenant. Tell Commander Shepard to meet me in the comm room for a debriefing.
You get that, Commander?
He sounds angry. Something must have gone wrong with the mission.
Captain always sounds like that when he's talking to me.
Can't possibly imagine why.
There we go, and we're out of that. You saw that we got a Renegade +2 on the right side. It simply means that we have gained Renegade status. We're gonna change statuses from Renegade to Paragon. We're not gonna really go either way, but I'll kind of go on how I feel in certain conversations. I'll go with the options that kind of feel appropriate. The first thing they want us to do is open O, which is the Codex. The Codex actually gives us a lot of information about the game. I am not going to read through all these Codex entries, but if you guys want, I think there's a Codex basically on 9, and if I find the link again, I'll put the link in the description below, and you guys can go read up on things we have found. We can look at the Codex at the beginning of each episode and see where we are. There are 2 different ways in the Codex. The primary are the main information you need, and then secondary are, you know, little snippets here and there. If you look through the primary Codex in the actual game, and say click
Roughly
on Turians.
1,200 years ago, the Turians were invited to join the Citadel Council to fulfill the role of galactic peacekeepers.
Yeah, the Turians are a good... I like the Turians. But it's basically like the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It explains everything. We are going to not run, we're going to walk.
He marched by like he was on a mission.
He's a Spectre. They're always on a mission.
And we're getting dragged, right along with him.
Relax, Presley. You're gonna give yourself an ulcer.
I like listening in on conversations. They might be helpful, and they could actually be side missions, so you get up to people and talk to them. There's a lot of talking.
Congratulations, Commander. Looks like we had a smooth run. You heading down to see the captain?
Oh, we
Sounds like you don't trust our Turian guest.
Sorry, Commander. Just having a chat with Adams down at engineering. I didn't mean to cause any trouble. But you have to admit, something's odd about this mission. The whole crew feels it.
Oh?
You think the Alliance brass is holding out on us?
If all we're supposed to do is test out the stealth system, why is Captain Anderson in charge? And then there's Nihilus. Spectres are elite operatives, top covert agents. Why send a Spectre, a Turian Spectre, on a shakedown run? It doesn't add up.
Well, let's investigate. Let's talk about the stealth
What
systems.
do you know about the stealth systems?
I just know it masks our location from scans and sensors. Cutting-edge technology. The Normandy's the only ship with this prototype drive. But why are we fully staffed? A skeleton crew would be cheaper. Less chance of security leaks, too. Plus, there's Nihilus. It's pretty obvious this shakedown run is just a cover.
Oh.
For what?
Damned if I know, Commander. We're out here on false pretenses. I'm not a fan of being left in the dark.
Well, tell me more about our captain.
Do you have a problem with the captain?
No, sir. But I can't figure out what he's doing here. Captain Anderson is one of the most decorated Special Forces officers in the service. If he melted down all his medals, he could make a life-size statue of himself. You don't send a soldier like that on a do-nothing mission. He's treating this shakedown run too seriously. Something big is going on.
You don't trust Nihilus?
I don't like Turians in general. It runs in my family. My grandfather fought in the First Contact War. Lost a lot of friends when the Turians hit us.
But that was long ago.
That was 30 years ago. You can't blame Nihilus for that.
No, I guess not. But it still makes me nervous to have a Spectre on board. Especially a Turian. We're an Alliance vessel, human military, but Nihilus doesn't answer to the captain like the rest of us. Spectres operate outside the normal chain of command. And they don't come along just to observe shakedown runs. Nihilus looks like he's expecting some heavy action. I don't like it.
There's nothing else we can ask him, so we'll look into it.
I'll see if I can get some answers when I see him.
Good luck, Commander.
And that was it. That was it for basically the first episode. I'm going to end the episode here. By the way, the ship is called Normandy. It's such a lovely ship, and it actually gets changed in for the second game and then changed again for the third game. But I'm gonna end the episode here. We're gonna go walk around the ship a bit more and go to see Captain Anderson in the next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, bye bye.